You are now watching MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast TV. Chill! Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, one fourth of the premier voice podcast, and your host of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And welcome to another new episode of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast TV. Hope all is well. On the episode, we have a returning guest. She is an author. The last time she was here, she brought us some books, and today she brought us some more books. We got Miss Eliza Rose back on the show, and we're gonna talk about what she's been up to. And y'all already know what to do. Sit back, relax, and I'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And at this time, I got my special guest. She is actually a returning guest. She's been on the show from season 5. Remind you, we're on season 8 now. She is an author. She brought us 2 books the last time, but this time we're gonna talk about a whole lot of books because she's done a lot since then, and she's been doing amazing things. And we got Miss Eliza Rose back on the show. Miss Eliza, how are you doing? Welcome back.
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I've been good, Yeah, but welcome back to the show, and
Thank you.
I'm happy to have you back.
Yeah,
But
excited
first
to
thing
be
first,
here.
but first thing first, what have you been up to? Like life updates on your personal life. You don't talk about none of the books related yet, because we're gonna get into that.
Mm. Well, I am a Georgia Peach since May now.
Mm,
No longer New York, but I'm still New York City at heart.
mm.
I am still getting my PhD in educational leadership.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm at the very hard process of almost there. So reaching the dissertation part. You know, my kids are getting older. They're 6 and 3,
Okay,
and
nice.
they're smart and they're active, and that's pretty much it. I'm looking for work, hopefully to help me towards my degree so I can, just keep moving up.
Nice,
Because,
nice.
it's time to shift from being a stay-at-home mom to actually just moving on to, helping out.
I feel you. I feel you. And you're already doing amazing thing. Keep doing big things. Keep doing
Thank
big
you.
things. All right. So now I'm actually since you've already been on the show before, so you already know how this works. I'm actually some icebreaker questions. So icebreaker questions.
I'm
So the
ready.
first, so the first icebreaker question I'm actually is what who is your favorite cartoon character?
Oh, that's hard, but I must say Dee Dee from Dexter's Laboratory.
Okay. Okay. Instant choice. Instant choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was younger, she was always, I was like, that's almost me.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. Good choice. Good choice. What was the last book you read that wasn't yours?
When a Wife's Fed Up by Penny Blackright.
Mm.
Yeah, fun, very good story.
Nice. 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 What is one thing that give you peace?
One thing that gives me peace,
Yes. Yes.
uh, mm, watching TV.
Of course. It
'Cause,
does.
like, it's my me time. I get to just get into the storylines. Uh,
Okay. Okay. Nice. And what is in your health right now? It could be a song, album, or even a podcast.
right now it's Chris Brown's 11:11 album. That the whole thing, including the deluxe album. I replay it almost every day. There's something about the music that just calms me down.
Nice, nice. And I ain't gonna lie,
Mhm.
that was a really good album though. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
That was a really
Exactly.
good album. So, so I know you've been here before, but I'm asking you the
Mhm.
question again for those who I got a lot of new listeners. What inspired
Right.
you to become an author?
What inspired me to become an author is really just reading other authors when I was younger. I started the mental process and stuff when I was 14. I started writing poetry. I had thousands of journals. It totaled up to almost 100. So I had to stop at a breaking point because I could keep journaling forever. I know there's no time to stop journaling, but I wanted to stop because at the time it felt too much. And then I really just, kept that in mind. And as I got older, I told myself I can do it as I see other authors publishing their work. And then now we had the self-publishing thing. So once I went to school for English and creative writing, I did it again to get my master's in English creative writing, but I took the route of publishing more than just trying to just focus on the writing part. And so that's what led me to actually say, let me actually publish this time instead of just saying I want to be an author. It's time to become one.
Oh, dope, dope. And you know, I read your stuff, and you're doing an amazing thing.
Thank you.
Last time you was here, you brought us two books. Last time you was here,
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
Crisis of Lust and the Planting the Seed That Blossomed Me.
yeah,
Now, since then, you wrote a whole bunch of books. You wrote a whole
yeah,
bunch of books. So we're gonna talk
yeah.
about dope. We're gonna talk about some of the books today. So I got a list of few a book that you written since the last time you was here. So tell us
Mhm.
about Crisis of Lust 2. But you got a part two to this Crisis of Lust.
Yes.
You also got a book called Play Him Twice,
Hmm.
and you also got Good to See You Again. Tell us about those three
Yeah.
books. Tell us about those three books and how was that working on those three books.
Right. So, Crisis of Lust 2 came within 6 months of Crisis of Lust 1 because doing research and asking other authors is recommended or requested normally to do within 6 months because readers want to know what happened right away. So I was like, let me just get on the ball game while I was already fresh still with the storyline of Crisis of Lust One. So I got that out and was like, hopefully this will, give everybody a new perspective on from what happened from part one. Then I wrote Played Him Twice in a creative heat when I was super inspired to
Mm,
keep the creativity up. So it came about and I wrote it, and it's basically different from Crisis of Lust. It's not the same thing. It's more friends of benefits. It's erotica. It's about a man who is a player, and then he's not expecting to fall in love, but then he ends up falling in love anyway. But he's playing around with two sisters. That's why it's called Played Him
mm,
Twice. So, it's a little plot twist at the end to find out which one he falls for after he gets played himself. But that was just, me just watching things and getting ideas, and then I brought that together. Then I wrote Good to See You Again after just being inspired to want to write a romantic comedy type story to where it has that love appeal. It has that, when you want to be with somebody, but they're in a relationship and you don't know how to tell them, whether it's your friend or a stranger. So it's like a storyline from the woman's point of view. And you go through what she goes through in her relationship with her boyfriend. She has a friend and he's always liked her. He told her, but he was patient enough to try to wait for her to actually do the transition to want to be with him, even though he do kind things to show that he, still loves and respects her, stuff like that. Then they eventually end up together. Um, and that was fun to write because, it's like real life stories. It happens all the time. I may do a part two to that one. Not sure yet.
mm.
It's to be continued because there's other characters in there that, people feel like they can have their own story as well. But I got so many story ideas I can keep going.
Man,
uh,
I ain't gonna lie, those sound really good though. I ain't gonna lie, those sound really good. I might have to check
Thank
them
you.
out. But if any of my audience wanted to check out any of your book, where can they read them? Where can they check it out?
Right now, they're still available only on Amazon. You can just type in Eliza Rose, or you can go straight to my link tree. You can just link tree slash author Eliza Rose, and it's directly there also.
Okay, okay, nice. But also, you've been making some holiday type of books as well. You got a Halloween one, and you even working on a
Mhm.
Christmas one. Tell us about
Yeah.
the projects.
So before I get to the Halloween one, I want to address that to get there, I was also a part of a previous anthology, but that was a spicy anthology. It had over 15 authors, and I was a part of, you know, making one of the storylines. So I did that. And then this main author, she creates these anthologies consistently. So I didn't do the other one, but I did the Halloween one. So this one, I wrote a storyline based on Halloween themes surrounded. So the characters in the story, they're in love, there's spiciness, and at the end, the woman gets her happy ending from the man that she's with. But it's called Sweet Somethings 4, and that's also the link is also in my link tree. And that process is fun. I like working with other authors. We all just have a theme and we work together, and then it gets put in a book, and then it gets sold to everybody. And then um, my Christmas romance is right now it's on pre-order for 99¢. It's called Her Christmas Wish. That's all me. It's a storyline of just love and holiday cheer and joy. It doesn't have any drama. It doesn't have anything that I normally write. So it's, a little bit, different and slightly difficult, but it's also going to be fun because, I'm excited to see how the readers take to it since it's my first clean romance, without sex and drama in it as well.
Nice, nice. I gotta check that out. But you know what? I,
Yeah.
I got a I got a random question now that just popped up. I do not have this in my notes, so this is strictly random, top of my head.
Great. Love it.
So so if you have an opportunity to turn any of your books into a movie,
Hmm.
would you want that to happen? If so, who would you want to direct that?
Good question. Yes, so I actually plan to write the first Crisis of Lust as a film script for a movie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got so many things to come. Um, and to direct it would probably be anybody under footage films, Marcus Houston, Chris Stokes, stuff like that, only because that's mainly what they've been doing. I watched
Yeah.
Stepdaughter, Stepmother, all those things. It could be also famous author Jessica Watkins. It could be Zayn because, not only she's my idol, but she does movies too. Yeah, so and it's that, and then I think Play Them Twice would be a good movie also, because it
Okay.
has plot twists, get people at the end.
No, that would be dope. I ain't gonna lie, that would be
Yeah,
dope. And I ain't
right.
gonna hold you. Chris Stokes and Marcus Houston, they be killing it with the two big movies.
Exactly.
And I just saw Stepdaughter 2 literally like last
Me
night.
too.
so so yeah,
Yeah,
so I mean auto pick would be dope pick though. But yeah, yeah.
thank you. Yeah.
So when creating a story and or book, what is your process? Like what is your creative
Um,
process? And also I got a follow up question after this is
mhm.
out of all these books, I know this could be a hard one too for you. Out of all these books, which one was your favorite creating?
Okay, I'll start with that question. My favorite to create, it was actually Good to See You Again because it was inspired by, actual things. And I enjoyed the characters so much that I technically didn't want to stop writing them. uh, yeah, and then as far as your first question, um, you said challenges, right?
No, no,
Oh, my
it was
process.
your process,
Sorry.
your
Yeah.
process.
So my process is basically I am a pantser. I don't write out everything. I just do it off the top of my head. I take the time. I say, okay, so I'm writing this book. I find the character names. I know what the book is going to be about, and I try to make it, directly exactly how I want it to be, of course. So I sit and I try to think about the best beginning, or I just write down whatever how it starts. So if I want the beginning to start like, they're reading a book, then that's the direction it will go in. If it doesn't look like it's gonna be the best way, then I change it, and then I write straight through. So whatever my brain tells me is the next next thing that happen next, that's what happens next. And if I have to stop because, I'm a mom and girlfriend, I got things, I'm a student, then I just write whatever I want to happen next. So it'll be like chapter 8 will say, he does this, he picks her up, she goes to the store, simple things like that. And I keep doing that until the book gets done. I don't have a set word limit. I let, my mind tell me that this is the end. I just know that, the main to have a full novel, it has to be at least over 90,000 words. So if I want it to be a full novel, that's what I aim to reach. If I want it to be a novella, then, it's going to be like 40,000 words. And that's how I continue to do it. Sometimes I can get inspiration from movies, watching shows to be like, oh, I can add this type of detail into the work, and then I'll add that as well.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Thanks.
Now, speaking about challenges, speaking of
Right.
challenges, what have been your biggest challenge as an author?
My biggest challenge as an author is, I would say, writing and branding. Writing because the imposter syndrome and the procrastination, because so much is going on that you have to find the time to actually write as, an author. It's not like academic. Nobody's giving me a harsh deadline. I'm creating my own deadline. So it's like,
Yeah.
I gotta write today, but then you realize you did so many things throughout the day. It's like, okay, I don't want to write today. Maybe I'll try tomorrow. And then it's also just the fact of being taken seriously, because there's a lot of authors in the world now. Self-publishing, everybody can post anything, but it's about keeping yourself seen and heard, and constantly throwing your books out there, even when you feel like it's not meant to be in that genre or it's not meant for that reader. They're just hoping that they give you a chance. We're constantly trying to figure out how to improve on that.
Yeah, and I feel you on the imposter syndrome. 'Cause I deal with that too. So that
Right.
that that's a lot.
How do you handle yours?
Ah, that's a good question. Nobody ever asked me that before. That's a good question. How do I handle mine?
Mhm.
I wanna try to just stay focused and try to not let none of that get to me the best way I can.
Right.
And yeah, I guess that's I can answer how I answer that for now. But yeah,
Right.
I can relate to that like 100%. So what
Sure.
what is one major goal that you want to achieve as an author?
Being on a bestsellers list, not like New York Times, no offense, I would love that also, but I mean just like being like, the famous authors, where they're constantly in somebody's rotation. Like, oh, I know Eliza Rose here. When people ask, oh, what books do you recommend? And, it's getting shifted to here, I recommend Eliza Rose books, like I just want to be like just known and passed around book wise. And on top of that, because I have so many ideas, I hope to get them all out as
Yeah,
well. Like even if I'm still writing at 60, I want to have like all 100 books out. Yeah.
yeah, I feel you in that. I know you're gonna definitely gonna get there. Just keep
Thanks.
killing it, keep doing amazing thing. You definitely gonna get
Thank
there.
you.
All right, so
Appreciate it.
it's time to get a little serious. So these days we dealt with a lot. We dealt with
Mm,
a lot of crimes out there. We dealt with you know health problem. We dealt with
mm,
the recent election,
right.
and we all deal with mental health. So
Mm.
my question to you is, why is mental health important? What was your challenges dealing with mental health?
Mental health is important because it's how you find yourself, and you find guidance in how to make yourself better. Healing is, big, and we don't realize that sometimes until we're adults or it's, too late. I believe with mental health, it's also healthy to communicate with your friends and family. I vent a lot to my closest friends and family, and it may not always be the best thing for my relationship, but at least, somebody hears what I'm going through and able to
Yeah,
give me feedback on what I'm going through, and I don't take everybody's advice, but it's just, letting it out instead of keeping it in, because when you bottle stuff up, it do stuff to yourself when you don't
yeah,
realize you're hurting yourself by just trying to pretend that you're okay.
yeah,
One of my things that I've done before was also, like I said, journaling, not just for writing, but just, personal, just to sit there and say, I don't feel well today. Um, So I think it's important to get the help that you need. I think therapy should be fine for everybody. I'm not,
Yeah.
I don't think it's a stigma. You don't have to be a man or a woman to be in therapy. I think everybody should be in therapy because we all need help at some point. We're all not perfect, individuals. Otherwise, we wouldn't be feeling all the ways that we're feeling.
No, I agree. And I want to talk about this in my show now because a lot of us deal with it. And
Mm,
yeah, it's been a lot for the last couple of years. So, and I deal with mental health, of course. Depression, anxiety, and stuff like that. So, I felt like it's important for all of us to talk about it. And it's okay to talk about it. And I do agree. Therapy is important and stuff like that. So,
right.
yeah, yeah. So, thank you for
It
sharing
is,
that.
it is. All right.
Yeah, yeah, and thank you for sharing that. So, cause we
Of
all need
course.
it. So, yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
yes. So, what other projects that you got going on that you had not spoke about yet, like new books or stuff like that?
So after the Christmas novel, I am putting out the Valentine's Day
Mm.
novel. Yeah, so that should be exciting. It's gonna be my first Valentine's Day novel. I have projects for the future. Trying to get through this young adult short story that I have that I'm working on in progress, and then also have it's like two collections, so it's one person's story and then it's a whole nother teenager story. Then but they intersect because she goes to the first character's like store and stuff. Then I'm trying to work on this why a young adult storyline from it's like a romance, but it's like enemies to lovers romance.
Mm.
Where the girl is a um she's a newspaper editor, and then she's has to work with her enemy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. So, and then I'm gonna start my autobiography.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, trying to tell my own story.
Nice, nice. Big,
Yeah,
big thing coming up. And I'm looking forward to everything
yeah.
that you're about to do.
Thank you.
And what do you have to say for anybody going the same route you as an author? I know I asked the question before, but yeah, what do you have to say for anybody going the same route as you?
Um, as an author, it's hard, but it's also fun. It comes with rewards. The best thing is to never give up and to just keep trying to follow the people that's before you and working in the same line as you so you can, see how to get, ahead, and that's what I do. So, I don't say anything that I'm not doing myself. Like I told you before, I am in the race with everybody else that's a self-published author, but I'm also looking at what the readers like. I'm also looking at how to expand, and also looking at how to do things better. I tell people if they want to publish to start off with Amazon because, that's everybody's first go-to for
Yeah,
books, and then you can eventually figure out how to expand. So right now I am trying to work on expanding to Barnes and Noble and stuff like that. But first I want to make sure, that it's the right thing, and not just doing it because I want to be put on, Barnes and Noble, bookshelf.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And my book, Prices of Less, is actually going to be on a independent bookstore in Georgia
Oh, nice, nice,
soon. Yeah. I'm
nice.
doing some more things to get out there. Yeah.
You are on the grind. Shout out to you for
Yeah.
real. Shout out to you for real.
Thank you.
All right, before you go, we're gonna play a segment game. This is a new
Okay.
segment game. It's a new segment game, kind of inspired by something else that's going on, but we're gonna do that
Right.
fun. We're gonna
Yeah.
call it the we're gonna call it the face off, where I give you two set of artists and you see which one you like better. I will also join in on this. It like verses. It like verses. It like
Right.
verses. So are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So the first one is Anita Baker versus Sade.
Ooh. Nita Baker.
Mm, okay. This is hard for me too. Like I love both, but
Yeah.
I agree with you. I'm saying Anita Baker as well.
Yeah.
All right.
You
Next we
should go
got
first.
next we got Black Street Boys versus NSYNC.
Oh my God. In sync. because I listen to them more.
I agree with you. I'm gonna say NSYNC as well. I'm gonna say NSYNC as well. I've always been an NSYNC fan. I ain't gonna hold you.
And it's Friday, you getting paid, right? So
Fact, yeah, fact, fact. All right, next we got Jagged Edge versus 112.
112.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've always been more of a fan of 112.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm good with 112. Well, this
Exactly.
one, this one was like probably one of the biggest battles this year. We got Drake versus Kendrick Lamar.
Uh, I'm sorry, I'm a Drake fan.
Oh damn, damn. Well, well, I got Kendrick Lamar. You ain't
It's
know, I got Kendrick
okay.
Lamar. I'm a Kendrick Lamar. I've always been a Kendrick Lamar
Yeah,
fan.
that's so you can have your opinion.
Yeah. This next one, this could be a hard battle because I don't like either one of them, but it's gonna just be whatever. Who you got? Ice Spice versus Sexy Red.
Oh my God, none.
Sally, you gotta pick one, Sally.
I know.
Sally, Sally.
Ice Spice.
Sally. I mean, I would say none too, but if I had to pick one, it probably would be Ice Spice. I can't.
Yeah,
It would have to be Ice Spice, Sally. Next we got Britney Spears versus Christina Aguilera.
Britney Spears.
Mm, I mean, I do like Britney, but I'm gonna say Christina. I like Christina stuff way more than I like
Because
Britney.
of her vocals or her music.
Well, okay. Now you put it that way. Vocals, Christina got better vocals.
Right,
Britney do got better music though.
right.
But I believe overall, I just love Christina overall though. I just love Christina overall. All right,
That's
all
fine.
right. Next we got Neo versus The Dream.
Oh, uh, Neo.
Okay,
I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah,
nah,
because
that,
he wrote songs to other people too. I know The Dream did too, but
yeah.
yeah.
I'm definitely going Neo. Definitely
Yeah.
going Neo. And last one, which always this is a hard one. Clearly, Michael Jackson versus Prince.
Michael Jackson.
I love both, but of course I gotta go
Yeah,
with Michael. I've always been a Michael fan, no matter what.
right,
Clearly you see Michael right here.
right,
But
exactly.
then again, Prince is up there too, so it's hard. but
Right, yeah, it is hard.
yeah, but I gotta go with Michael. I gotta go with Michael. But Mr. Elijah Rose, thank you for coming on the show once again. It was good
No
that you came
problem.
back and share more of your
Yeah,
books. And you're doing amazing things, so keep killing it. And thank you for coming on the show again.
no problem. Thank you.
And before you go, let everybody know where they can reach you. And let everybody know where they can read all of your books. This is your time.
All right. I'm on Instagram as author underscore Eliza Rose. I'm on Facebook. If you type in at Eliza Rose Writes, I'm on Twitter, Eliza Rose Books. I'm on TikTok, author Eliza Rose. And I am on Threads. I have email, Eliza Rose Books 4 at Gmail. Um, and my books again are on Amazon.
All right, there you go. Thank you, and we'll be right back.
No problem. Thank you.
I just want to take the time to thank everybody for tuning into the latest episode of The Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast TV. Thank you to my special guest, my returning guest, Miss Elijah Rose, for coming on the show. And check out all her books on Amazon right now. She killing it and she's doing amazing things. And thank you once again, Miss Elijah Rose, for sharing your story and coming back on the show. If you want to check out Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, you can check us out every Sundays and Thursdays at 12 p.m. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and Pods, and many more. Or you can also subscribe to us on YouTube at Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And you can check out Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast TV exclusively on YouTube. Thank you once again for watching this latest episode of The Gentleman Lifestyle Pocket TV. Have a good day or night whenever you're watching this episode. You are now listening to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast Season 8. Cheer!